Let's go to Panthers, Packers. Panthers, Packers. Packers open up at -6. We have a 4.5 now at Heritage, 5.5 at Pinnacle, 5 at all the other books. This total opened up at 48. Now 47s and 46.5s. Man, what a wild, horrible weekend for me. One of the things that went my way was I got on the under in the Packers game, Packers Chargers, early in the week at 47. Donnie got bet up to 50. And I was sitting there going, God, what kind of asshole are you? You know, that I would jump on this, think I got this look, and it goes up 3 points, and then it easily gets to the under. I was also on the Packers, so it was lost the juice in that game. We have 26 Fahrenheit, Donnie, in Green Bay. So this will be our coldest game of the year thus far. For you Canadians, that's -3.3 Celsius. Mostly cloudy, 9 miles per hour. Do the Packers bounce back at home? Because that's my initial feeling. Let's see Carolina play in the cold. Let's see McCaffrey play in the cold. Now, McCaffrey's so good, and the Panthers have some strong defenders. But if you look on paper, the Packers are just a better football team than the Carolina Panthers, and the cold favors Green Bay. Do the Packers bounce back here, Donnie? What's your move, Panthers-Packers?
I think the Packers do bounce back in this football game. Now, I do like what Carolina is going on, and the one thing I actually like even more is the fact that Allen's going to be the quarterback the rest of the way. So even though Cam Newton was rehabbing on the sideline, they recently put him on IR. So at least if you're Allen, you have to look over your shoulder and say, boy, I got to play perfect in this game, or if we're down 10-0, am I going to the bench? That's not going to take place, so that should help a young quarterback. Christian McCaffrey has been absolute Superman on the season. Now, me, you, and the Whale Capper talked a lot about early in the season, because if you look at the overall numbers, Carolina on defense, points now 21st on defense in the NFL, 19th in yards, good against the pass, top 10, but against the rush, 26. They were on an outrageous course over the first 5 to 6 games where they were playing defense at an unbelievable clip. But now we take a look at the last 4 games, Jimmy, against Jacksonville, 149 yards on the ground, 358 in the air. 42 yards on the ground versus Tampa, 365 in the air. San Francisco, 232 on the ground, 156 in the air. And then Tennessee, of all teams, 121 on the ground and 310 in the air. They're going to be susceptible. It's one of those where you look at Green Bay, I don't know what happened. You know, their bus got to the game late and some guys were out partying. They got embarrassed, which is a good thing when you're coming home. You get that refocused output. I think they can do some things versus the Carolina Panthers to put up some points in this game. I'm looking towards a bounce-back effort early in the week from the Green Bay Packers. Kyle Allen going on the road, more of a game manager, and he's been good. He's been winning football games, and that's really the name of the game in the NFL. But I think the Packers come back home in a really good spot in this environment. Again, we're talking about that Carolina Panthers defense that is leaking oil, and I think the opportunity for the Packers to get right this weekend probably starts here.
Yeah, I agree. And I understand that the 6 points is too many, just from a market standpoint. I think that the move down to 4.5 was just probably not the correct line. It probably should have opened up at 5. What is your expectation of this move here, or what's your expectation of this line when we come back on Friday? Do you think it'll be back to 6?
If we're looking at 5, let's just say the line is 5 or 5.5 right now. I think it's more likely, Jimmy, that number is going to be 6 than it would, let's just say, 4.5. In Green Bay. It's hard enough to win there. We're not asking to win by more than a touchdown. And I think you saw last week again, because it's what the public, oh man, Green Bay was terrible, and look how well Carolina's playing, and they should go up there and play, and they might be able to win. I hear you on that. It's hard to beat Green Bay in Green Bay, and I especially like it even more when Green Bay was embarrassed the week before. I think that line should end up at closer to 6 than it does 5. And we'll see at the end of the week. I'm not ready to actually make a move until I see a little bit more factors in this game. But just man for man in this game, I think Aaron Rodgers can do some really good things here this week.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jeff Billings making a big boy bet, $500 here on the Panthers, and that alone might be enough for me to stay off. And now I'm looking at this card, Donnie, and I have almost no plays.